never believed in ghosts or monsters. A 34-year-old carpenter from Chicago, he trusted wood, nails, and hard logic. So, so when he inherited his uncle's ancient farmhouse in Whistler's Hollow, he didn't flinch until he stepped inside. The house was a two-story colonial ruin wrapped in thick ivy and silence. The windows were clouded and the walls inside smelled of damp wood and rotting time. Still, Jacob saw potential. He planned to restore it, sell it, and move on. But from the first night, something felt wrong. Not just the creaking of old beams, but something beneath. Part 2, the first night. Jacob lay on an old mattress in the living room, the only clean space in the house. At around 2:13 a.m., he heard it, a faint scratching beneath the floorboards. Scritch, scratch, scritch. It was subtle, like claws on wood. He sat up, listening, then silence. Mice, he mumbled, but the next night it happened again, louder. Scratch, drag, tap, tap, tap. It wasn't random, it sounded deliberate, like a pattern. He knocked on the floor. Hey, get lost! Silence. Then three knocks back. Knock, knock, knock. He froze. What the hell? He grabbed a flashlight and pried up the nearest floorboard and slashed nothing. Just cold, black earth. But the air? It stank! Like sulfur, like something dead. Part 3, the cellar door. 3 days later, Jacob discovered a hidden trap door behind the kitchen. Heavy and iron-bound, it creaked open with difficulty. A narrow staircase led down into a pitch-black cellar. As he descended, the air grew colder. The walls were stone, wet with something thick and dark. At the far end, he found a strange hatch set into the floor, bolted shut from above. He crouched down. Carved into the hatch was a symbol, a spiral with teeth. He touched it. The hatch shuddered beneath his hand. From underneath, something growled. Jacob fell back in horror. Something was down there, something alive. Part 4, the journal. That night, Jacob searched the attic and found an old leather-bound journal. It belonged to his uncle, Marcus. The thing beneath the boards is not natural. It was here before the house, before the town. We built above it, tried to contain it, but it watches. It waits. It whispers when you sleep. Don't open the hatch. Never open the hatch. Jacob's hands trembled as he read. Pages were torn out, some smeared in red. He slammed the journal shut and turned to leave the attic, but a voice echoed in his ear. Open it. Part 5, Whispers and Blood. That night, Jacob dreamed of wooden teeth and flesh peeling under claws. He woke up to screaming, but not his. Downstairs, the floorboards had split open. Long gashes tore across the room, and deep beneath, something moved. A hand shot up, long gray fingers. No skin, just exposed veins and black claws. Jacob screamed and backed away, grabbing a crowbar. He smashed the hand. It vanished with a hiss. The boards mended themselves before his eyes, as if the house was alive. The walls whispered, "Let me in." He barricaded the trapdoor in the kitchen with furniture, breathing hard, but the whisper continued, not from beneath, from inside the walls. Part 6, the creature escapes. The next evening, the air turned thick and sulphurous. Jacob's phone stopped working. The lights flickered and died. Then he heard it. The hatch in the basement, unlocking. Clack. Then, boom, a scream erupted from below, not human. Jacob raced to the cellar with a flashlight and a hammer, heart pounding. The hatch was open. A trail of black slime led up the stairs. On the walls were claw marks, deep, furious. Then, movement. He turned the flashlight and saw it. A creature like no nightmare he had ever imagined. Long, stretched limbs, skin like rotten leather, and a mouth that opened vertically, filled with rows of jagged teeth. It didn't walk. It slithered, bones cracking as it moved like a puppet. It looked at Jacob and whispered in a voice that wasn't sound. It was pain. You let me out. Part 7, the final stand. Jacob ran, heart in his throat. He locked himself in the bathroom. The creature laughed, a wet, gurgling sound. It didn't try to break the door. It didn't need to. The house obeyed it. Floorboards began to curl upward. Pipes groaned. The walls stretched and twisted like muscle. Jacob lit a match. One thing he remembered from his uncle's journal. The creature fears fire. It cannot live in the flame. He poured gasoline across the hall from his toolbox and set it alight. Flames raced across the walls. The creature screamed, a deafening, inhuman sound that shook the glass. The house burned. Jacob leapt from the second-story window just as the roof collapsed behind him. Part 8, the ending that wasn't. When the firemen arrived, they found Jacob half conscious, muttering about the thing under the floor. They never found the hatch, no basement, no cellar. The official report said faulty wiring caused the fire. Jacob left Whistler's Hollow and never returned. But sometimes at night in unfamiliar hotel rooms, he hears scratching under the floor. Scritch, scratch, drag. And then knock, knock, knock.
If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe to our channel, share the video with others, and don't forget to like it.